Trapping plays a very important role in modern-day wildlife management. Professional wildlife biologists monitor fur-bearer populations to maintain a healthy and sustainable harvest of this important, renewable natural resource. Trapping provides recreation and income for licensed trappers across this country. Hoosier Trapper Outdoors is brought to you by Hoosier Trapper Supply, Leatherwood Creek Trapping Scents, HTS Productions, Hoosier Trapper Deer Scents, and Leatherwood Wildlife Art.
Hi, welcome to episode 6, season 5 of Hoosier Trapper Outdoors. This will be our first show of Mississippi. This will be actually check day 2 and check day 3 on the Mississippi line. For those of you that want to be brought up to speed, check day 1 we actually showed as the season finale of Hoosier Trapper Outdoors last season. So if you want to go back and catch up on that, you can. We want to also put a big shout out and a big thank you to Lee Hughes, our host in Mississippi. He invited us down to go trapping with him, and we really enjoyed our time down there with him, and he's a good trapper, and showed us around and got us on a bunch of ground. So we really appreciate Lee doing that for us.
Yep.
Unfortunately though, I was not able to go on that trip, busy with school. Keep telling them they would have had a lot better time and would have caught a lot more with me, but
I'm sure that's true.
Yeah. On another note, we do have our Hoosier Trapper Outdoors I Am the Coyote Predator. Little play on words. Cool shirts, we got them black and gray. They're on the website.
Outdoors, on the back.
Grab them while you can. Flying off the shelves.
Hope you enjoy the episode.
Check day 2. We're checking traps. So far it's been kind of quiet. No skunks. One possum. Lee caught that. Other than that, that's about it. We haven't checked that many sets though, so we got a pretty good full morning ahead of us, and then we'll set more traps after that. But check day 2. Weather's nice. Kind of cool. 28 degrees. Anyways, see what happens. It's we got a lot of pretty excited about that ground we set up yesterday, a couple thousand acres. A couple things about that. One is typically you do better after the first night, after things kind of settled in. And then we're kind of thinking too, it's like, oh, this place looks almost too good to be true. And I've seen that before, where you set up a place and it's like, it's just awesome or whatever, and it just never materializes. So hopefully that is wrong, and getting ahead of myself. But anyways, see what happens.
All right, this is the set I was talking about the other day. I set up here along the creek. We got three 330s set over the bank for the whole, waiting for an otter to come through. And I mean, these are good bobcat locations too. But as I said, when you set these, you got to be prepared to catch the other stuff too. So we caught a coon here this morning. Actually, I'll tell you what, it's a nice looking coon, silver tipped. So we'll take care of him and remake the set. As you can see, he's got this whole area just dug up, and caught him by a back foot, so he's got quite a reach here. So we'll get the set remade and show you the remake after it's done, and get it cleaned up to a point where we can at least get a remake in. So that's what we'll do. All right, here's the remake on that coon set. Looks like a woodland dirt hole. We've got the leaves kind of in there, and he's got it torn up all around here. So got some good visual going for us, along with the bait lure and urine. So
hopefully something will come by here that we really, want to catch. But anyways, there's the remake. All right, we were coming through here, and they had rain about a week ago, and they got this silted in sand along the side. Those are excellent places to watch for tracks. Well, we've been watching them, and this particular one, and then the one we'll show you in just a second, both of them have bobcat tracks walking through here. Now, when I made my set, I roughed this set in right here along the side of the road. This is not a coyote set, this is for cats. It'll catch coyotes too, but so I roughed this in. It's got the sand. It's kind of wet, but it's fully functional for cats. So we are right on the sign for cats, and that's very important with bobcats. A lot of times you don't see the sign; they're kind of light-footed. They're walking on gravel or pine needles or whatever. But here, clearly, we saw cat tracks right in this silted sand. So we'll walk over here, and Justin put one in over here.
Keep my shadow out of it.
Same scenario, and it looked like two different cats, because one set of tracks was smaller and one set's a little bit larger. So we'll see what happens. Here's the set that Justin put in right here on the edge of the road. I mean, we're right on the path of travel here. So
yeah. I see that cat right there passing. If we were in here a few days earlier, with that set right there, we would have had one.
Yep, I would say so. So just one of them deals where you've got to locate sign for cat, or if you do locate signs for cats, or you're fortunate enough to, you definitely got to set a trap there. Very important. All right, this is kind of a bottom ground actually, where these pines are growing in here, and saw the coyotes were coming through here, so we set it up. We actually, all three of us have sets in here, Lee and Justin. Justin's got a possum right there. And this coyote right here, over there, he's on a stake. He had actually come in last night, or the day before, and well, maybe it was the same one, maybe not. But anyways, he one got particularly lucky on that set. And
well, he only got 3 legs. That's all I know.
That's amazing.
3-legged coyote.
Huh. Never seen that before.
Probably lost that somewhere on a fence or whatever. That's another testament to Top Dog. If you can catch a 3-legged coyote, there's something that's going right. Right, Lee?
That's right. Let's see. That's the first for me, man.
I mean, you'll see them that'll miss some 2 toes or whatever, but that leg is off clear up the shoulder.
Yep.
He's a warrior.
Yeah, he is. He's a tough old dog. He's been around a while.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Looks like he's got an ear that's kind of been bit on too or something. So anyways, he was down here in this red sand, and you can see he's probably running through this trail right here, running through that draw. Picked him up right here.
All right, let's remake it.
All right, on these remakes, where the coyote was, you can tell he's got this whole area all torn up. But this here is a little more unique to what we're typically used to, because it's basically just this red sand. So the thing here is there's plenty of urine here. Don't need to put any urine down. Top Dog in the hole. I'm going to smooth my tracks out when I pull my basket, and so that's the remake. I did bring this log in to kind of get a little backing for that dirt hole, because it's just so flat and wide open, dug out. So those holes in the sand's sometimes hard to hold their shape, because they want to either cave in or they'd waller out too much or whatever. So I'll brush my tracks out, but that's the remake on this set with 3-legged coyote. All right, we're right here on the road, and this is private, but it's a good example of what you can do if you're on public. We've talked about it before. Put a flat set in, pretty inconspicuous, not a lot to show. So we got a block of sod right there, so I'm gonna just toss that back there, or toss it out toss it completely out of the picture. We got a drag going off into the grass there. So basically we're just digging just an area for the trap. And there's as many thoughts on flat sets as there are on dirt holes. But, you know, don't have to really make it that complicated. So we're going to bed the trap in here. We're just going to make a little slit right here, pull that back, put that chain in there, push that back over. And then this right here, we're just going to cover with grass. And really, from that point on where that chain's exposed, it's no issue. Okay. Okay, we're going to conceal the trap. We're going to pick up all this loose dirt, toss it over there. Then we're going to take this grass here, this dead grass, we're just going to blend this in. Now there's trappers that talk about making sets where you don't have the smell of fresh dug dirt. I don't think you can do that realistically. I mean, you're still digging dirt. I'm not sure I'm seeing a real big issue with that either. But anyways, so we got a blended set. And I'll be honest, when you stop by here, and we're going to kind of know this, I think, but you stop by here and you say, well, where's your set? And you're scratching your head because you can't find your set. What we're going to do with this one, I'm going to take my driver here. I'm going to waller out a little hole like that. Okay, take my driver, wallow out that hole, and we're going to take some bait, some top dog predator bait. We're just going to put it down in that hole. Stuff that stick right down there on top of it, and I'm just going to push it shut. They can smell that bait, I promise you. Coyote Carnage, it's a mild smelling lure. For down here, it's fine all the time. The weather's mild. At home, it's a great remake lure for any time of season, you know, where you've already got the smell of the animal. But it's a great lure for October, November trapping when the weather's mild. Even if the weather's mild later than that, it's fine. But you need relatively mild weather because it's just not a super strong smelling lure. So that's this Coyote Carnage. Interesting side note on this one. Years ago, a woman came into the shop. We had some pictures on the wall. A guy had a bunch of coyotes and he'd shot at those. They were actually called in. He had them lined up. And she goes, "Man, look at the carnage." She was completely appalled by that. Little did she know that I was going to take that line and use it to name a lure, the trapping lure. I named it after her, actually. So we're calling it Coyote Carnage. It's effective on cats, coyotes, and fox. I just like the name Coyote Carnage. So anyways, it's not limited just to coyotes only. So anyways, good mild lure, curiosity lure, primarily good for milder weather. Just going to pour a little bit right here. Straighten up the set. Now I'm going to take some predator gravy, give it a shake. Just a little bit right here. We're not going to go across the dirt pattern, but we're going to just go right out there to the road. See if we can lead them in here. If you stand back and look at this set, anybody walking by there, I don't think they're going to see that set at all. The animals are certainly going to smell it. It still has the advantage of bait, lure, and the predator gravy, which has got a urine base to it. Got all that working for it. The only thing it doesn't have working for it, which I think is important in most cases, is the visual of a dirt hole. Now, still animals are getting wise to a dirt hole, or in a scenario where maybe you got public, it's perfect for that. So, and it also, you know, if you're dealing with wet weather and rain and standing water and all that, it's another good set for that. Anyways, there's a flat set, and you can make them, and we'll show some other variations of them, but that's what we're going to do with this one here. All right, well, today was pretty dismal. It was nice weather, warm, but it's just one of those days where you got sets out and got hopes up, and you're not catching anything. So we ended up catching that three-legged coyote that we named Tripod, and a coon, and there might have been a possum or two, but that was about it. So it's pretty crappy day really overall. So and you have those days, there's nothing you can do about it. Animals move or they don't move. So anyways, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Check day 3 tomorrow. We're here for 10 check days is the plan, and so we got clearly 7 more days to check, 8 more days to check, I'm sorry. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But anyways, hopefully not too many more days like today. All right, for this product highlight this week, we're kind of continuing with our trap highlights. This is the round body traps made by Bill Crum here in Indiana, actually. And he's been making these for quite a while, but we just started carrying them in this 8-inch variety. So it's a round body trap. It does have the Bridger, I believe it's the Bridger springs on these. So for something different, certainly would work on otter, raccoon, that size animal. Might consider these. This particular trap is not in our catalog because we got it after the printing, but it will be on the website just under traps. So if you would like to purchase one of these and give it a shot, or several of these, they're certainly available by ordering on the phone, or on our website. And we just finished up with check day 2 on the Mississippi line, and we're going to show you check day 3 on the Mississippi line starting right now. All right, we've got this open area right here, kind of where this intersection meets. Got a gray fox here in the trap. Second location to check today, so check day 3. Off to a pretty good start, so at this point, so see how the rest of the day materializes, but looking good. We'll take him. First gray fox for Mississippi for myself. All right, here's the remake on where we just caught the gray fox. As you can see, things are kind of still disturbed, but as dry as the ground is, it's not bad. So more than workable in terms of doing the set. Went back together really easily, and the disturbance, all the better for the next gray that comes along. Justin had one right here, probably 10, I don't know, 15 yards away, and it had been messed with as well. So, you know, it's possible we could have picked up a double in grays, but it didn't. Things didn't line up for that perfectly. But anyways, here's the remake on the gray fox set, and this is definitely a better set now than it was before we caught the gray. All right, Lee gets a call this morning from the owner of this place and says, hey, we push hogged the edge of the road going through our property last night, and realized after the fact that you guys had traps in there, so he really felt bad about possibly running over traps or whatever. And we've had to remake one, but anyways, he just hit the edge right here. I mean, just barely skimmed by, and the trap was fine, and it was more than fine for this cat right here. Of course, at this point it's not, but it was more than fine to catch this cat back here this morning. So yeah, it's definitely pretty cool to catch this. That's why we like coming on these trips. Catch stuff, catch bobcats, and stuff we can't catch at home. So pretty cool.
What do you think, Lee?
I think we got us a coyote here. Good location here. We got a gravel road, got a big food plot back here, and they got a trail here coming out of this pine thicket. It looked good here yesterday. We made our set, so we picked one up.
You remember what bait and lure or anything you were using?
Oh, I had Predator Gravy and Top Dog and a little bit of long distance.
Good combination. Does the job.
All right, we had a coyote here last night in this set, and you see that's why you always want to check your trap before you set it back, because, well, she knocked her spring off, and I set it just a minute ago and it wouldn't fire. She bent it, so you always want to check it before you put it back in the ground. Make sure it's functioning, because if not, it's gonna cause you to miss. I believe she's ready now.
All right, we're here on this main road we've been traveling. Had a dirt hole set here on a drag. A lot of this brush and stuff was locked down or rooted down. I couldn't find something to pre-wrap on. I pre-wrapped on this log and it was over here. You can see a scuffle, and he unwrapped himself. Took off this way. Charlie's got a set right here. Had some disturbance. Then this is a first for me. We never ever connected on one in Arkansas, but here in Mississippi we got ourselves a little wild hog here. He's coming after me. He can almost get out of there. Bridger number 2. But looks like we're having bacon tonight.
What's that, Justin?
Bacon.
You have this, you'll catch them here in Mississippi and Louisiana. You'll catch them in the footholds anywhere from 80, this size, about 80 pounds. You can hold them.
They'll hold
I've caught
them.
them before.
Yeah. Well, he's looking for a free meal, and we got a free meal.
Bacon and eggs, and maybe some little wok biscuits.
This is my set. The set that Justin caught the hog in was right across the road. One of the hogs actually visited this set, but they didn't quite commit. So we could have had a double on hogs possibly, but it didn't happen. All right, we come up here, traps out of the bed, and think, oh, caught something. No. And I don't care who you are, this happens to everybody every now and then, not very often. See that rock right there? See that jaw spread right there? That's the serious offset jaw. Unfortunately, it's 2 offsets. So whatever was in here was caught well enough just to pull the trap and pull their foot out of the trap the rest of the way. So beginners ask why you sift dirt over your set. It's to keep those rocks out of there. But sometimes even the animal, if he's pushing from the side, he can push that kind of stuff in there. So if you can keep that stuff out of the area of your set, it's better. Now, it's impossible to eliminate that completely, but you know, if this happens once a year, that's too much. So anyways, it does happen.
Oh, it's windy.
Yeah, it's windy.
What we got, Lee?
I got a gray fox here. I caught here at an intersection. It's a wide road. Got a pile of old concrete here. Just a good spot for him to be hanging around, looking for rats and stuff.
All right, here's the set right here, and I didn't really have anything to wrap the drag on, so I brought this small pine tree over here and wrapped the drag up. And it, as you can see, got a gray fox back here in the trap. Pretty cool. It's what, 3rd grade for the day. Coyote, bobcat, and Justin's wild hog.
A new power line coming into this big Bahia grass field. And we got us a gray here last night.
All right, we put a set in here yesterday. We got a big old Mississippi beaver, flat tail. We just basically what we did is had this conibear kind of angled. You got this 90 degree right here. We just kind of cut the corners off. A little bit of beaver gland lure back here on this log I rubbed. Funneled him in. He just came right in first night. got him. Yeah, it's real simple. It's quick, easy.
Might mention that being down here in the south and being in the water and the sun comes out, a friend of ours told us before we came down here, he traps down here too, and he said, if the turtles are out sunning, you better watch out for the snakes.
Yeah, it's still
pretty
cool enough we don't have to worry about the snakes yet.
Yesterday I was starting to wonder, it was got up to about 65 or close to 70. It was like, whoa, this might be snake weather.
Yep.
Down here you stop in a convenience store or mom and pop store or whatever, and they've got all the pictures on the wall, and most places if it got outdoor pictures it's of a big deer and big whatever. Down here it's pictures of big rattlesnakes. It's like, holy cow.
Yep.
I mean, not just one, half a dozen pictures of different people with snakes.
There's something handy here. I'm going to show these setters. Bunch of setters on the market. These got a little locking trigger. Once it's locked, you got your hands free. You can see here, all you do is take these setters, the eyes of the spring on each side, pull them together, and it locks like that. You'll feel it. Then you can come down here, hit your safety hook on there, and you can release it.
Those are the bridge or self-locking setters. Of course, we sell them at Hoosier Trapper. But they are handy. They're a little more money, but
and there he is. All right, we got it set back, sticked off there, and lure's still there, so we don't have to reapply. Hopefully tonight when they come back down. I've been punching holes in this dam by accident, really, just walking across it. The water level's starting to drop, and they'll want to come investigate that anyway, so when they get here, maybe get a smell of that lure and get stuck in the trap.
let me say too, check your state laws, because here you can have this trap partially out of the water or out of the water on private ground. In Indiana, this would be completely illegal. So make sure you check your regulations on setting big conibears or body traps out of the water, in the water, whatever. So you don't go by this right here for your state. So until you check.
Yeah. There's one thing about catching these big boys. If you can, pull the truck as close as possible. He ain't light.
The landowner.
Truck is up there.
Yeah, the landowner said don't drive back there because it's really wet. You didn't want to rut it up. Well, we're trying to help him out. So it is definitely wet, and we would definitely rut it up. So
let's get him out of here.
Here's the.
All right, we had a couple slides here. Decent sized little lake / pond that feeds over into the river. We're hoping to pick up some otter, maybe some beaver. There's some old beaver sign in here. And we didn't catch neither. We got something else. We don't really have these at home, or we don't have them, put it that way. We got ourselves a big Nutra rat. Mississippi rat, suitcased him. Our buddy Lee might want to eat him, I don't know. Put him in a stew or something.
If he doesn't, I bet Big Mike would.
Yeah. There he is.
That's pretty cool, because we've obviously never caught one of those, and we didn't expect to catch one. I was asking Lee if there was any up there, and he goes a little far north for him. So evidently they are here, and they're one of those animals that you don't want to get started. So
yeah, and it's first time for everything.
That's right. Justin had 2 firsts today: a wild hog in a trap, and a nutria rat.
They are ugly.
We run the tag in with it being frozen.
Yeah. We're here at the skinning camp. There's today's cat, Charlie's.
What we do on these cats is we don't want to skin them, whatever, and we're going to freeze them whole. If you take your knife, just go in the bottom of the eye and out the mouth, then you can take a drinking straw, fold it in half, and just stick it in there. And that way, when you get your tag, you just pull the straw out and just put it in there, and that way you don't have to thaw it out. It'll be just fine frozen. So, just kind of a trapline tip for today. So, for those of you that need to tag otters and bobcats, you can do that on both of them. Hey, remember that hog Justin caught a little up this morning? Supper tomorrow night.
We finna go season him up and let him sit in the refrigerator overnight.
Yep.
Pork chops.
We're calling a piglet roast. We should have left that, skinned the head out and opened the mouth and put an apple in there.
Yeah.
Good deal. We'll
That'd
eat
be
good
cool.
tomorrow.
All right, that check day 3, that was a pretty cool day. A lot of diversity, a lot of things that we hadn't done before, or a couple things we hadn't done before. So we didn't get our end of the days filmed like we traditionally do on the Mississippi trip. So the day, check day 3 totals were 1 coyote, 4 gray fox, 1 bobcat, a nutria, a beaver, and the wild hog. So like I said, there was a few firsts on that, a lot of diversity, and pretty good, exciting show. The question and answer segment for this episode had an email the other day, and we get to ask this on occasion, not a lot, but on occasion, so it does come up over the years. And the question was concerning boiling traps and whether that affects the weakness or strength of the trap. And I am not an expert in metal and all of that, but I over the years have heard the argument that as long as that water surrounds the trap when you're boiling them, that everything's fine. Now some say don't get it to just a plain rolling, boil. Keep your heat somewhat more of a simmer. Quite frankly, mine's gotten away from me, and I've done that, and it hasn't really seemed to make a difference. Traps do weaken over time, and with use, that kind of thing. Whether or not that was the weakening is enhanced by the boiling, I honestly can't answer that 100%. But my guess is that if it does affect it, it's very, very minimal. And I think that because it is surrounded by water, it may not affect it at all. Some of you may have some input on that too. You can certainly make a comment on the show. But I think it's a very fair question, certainly valid. When you're boiling your traps, you obviously don't want your bucket to boil dry, so keep an eye on what you're doing. When you do boil traps, we always put a board over the top as a lid, and that'll keep your evaporation down. And certainly traps that over the years that have been through a fire, they lose all their spring strength completely. So I guess I don't have a 110% definitive answer on that, but on the other side of it, I don't think I'd lose any sleep over it either. So the treatment of the traps is definitely important in the preparation and also add life to the trap. So I hope that helps.
All right, we got our Hoosier Trapper Supply catalogs out. You can give us a call here at the shop. We'll send you one that way, or you can visit us online at HoosierTrapperSupply.com. That way you can request a catalog that way, or print your own right there. It's a PDF clickable link on the homepage. Or you can also register on the site to actually receive our online newsletter. It comes out every 2 weeks or so when the show's released, and we'll let you know about products, events, that sort of thing. Anything that's going on here that's important, we'll definitely let you know through email. So please sign up and pick up your copy.
Join us on October 28th for an all-new episode of Who's Your Trapper Outdoors.
Check day 2. We're checking traps. So far it's been kind of quiet. No skunks. 1 possum. Lee caught that. Other than that, that's about it. We haven't checked that many sets though, so we got a pretty good full morning ahead of us, and then we'll set more traps after that. But check day 2. Weather's nice. Kind of cool. 28 degrees. Anyways, see what happens. It's we got a lot of pretty excited about that ground we set up yesterday, a couple thousand acres. Couple things about that. One is typically typically you do better after the first night, after things kind of settled in. And then we're kind of thinking too, it's like, oh, this place looks almost too good to be true. And I've seen that before, where you set up a place and it's like, it's just awesome or whatever, and it just never materializes. So hopefully that is wrong, and getting ahead of myself. But anyways, see what happens.
All right, this is the set I was talking about the other day. I set up here along the creek. We got three 330s set over the bank for the whole, waiting for an otter to come through. And I mean, these are good bobcat locations too. But as I said, when you set these, you got to be prepared to catch the other stuff too. So we caught a coon here this morning. Actually, I'll tell you what, it's a nice looking coon, silver tipped. So we'll take care of him and remake the set. As you can see, he's got this whole area just dug up, and caught him by a back foot, so he's got quite a reach here. So we'll get the set remade and show you the remake after it's done, and get it cleaned up to a point where we can at least get a remake in. So that's what we'll do. All right, here's the remake on that coon set. Looks like a woodland dirt hole. We've got the leaves kind of in there, and he's got it torn up all around here. So got some good visual going for us, along with the bait lure and urine. So hopefully something will come by here that we really want to catch. But anyways, there's the remake. All right, we were coming through here, and they had rain about a week ago, and they got this silted in sand along the side. Those are excellent places to watch for tracks. Well, we've been watching them. In this particular one, and then the one we'll show you in just a second, both of them have bobcat tracks walking through here. Now, when I made my set, I roughed this set in right here along the side of the road. This is not a coyote set, this is for cats. It'll catch coyotes too, but
That was the first time for everything.
that's right. Justin had two firsts today: a wild hog in a trap, and a nutria rat.
They are ugly.
we run the tag in with it being frozen.
Yeah.
We're here at the skinning camp. There's today's cat, Charlie's.
What we do on these cats is we don't want to skin them, whatever, and we're going to freeze them whole. If you take your knife, just go in the bottom of the eye and out the mouth, then you can take a drinking straw, fold it in half, and just stick it in there. And that way, when you get your tag, you just pull the straw out and just put it in there, and that way you don't have to thaw it out. It'll be just fine frozen. So, just kind of a trapline tip for today. So, for those of you that need to tag otters and bobcats, you can do that on both of them. Hey, remember that hog Justin caught a little this morning? Supper tomorrow night.
We finna go season him up and let him sit in the refrigerator overnight.
Yep.
Pork chops.
We're calling a piglet roast. We should have left that, skinned the head out and opened the mouth and put an apple in there.
Yeah.
Good deal. We'll
That'd
eat
be
good
cool.
tomorrow.
All right, that check day 3, that was a pretty cool day. A lot of diversity, a lot of things that we hadn't done before, or a couple things we hadn't done before. So we didn't get our end of the days filmed like we traditionally do on the Mississippi trip. So the day check day 3 totals were 1 coyote, 4 gray fox, 1 bobcat, a nutria, a beaver, and the wild hog. So like I said, there was a few firsts on that, a lot of diversity, and pretty good, exciting show. The question and answer segment for this episode had an email the other day, and we get to ask this on occasion, not a lot, but on occasion, so it does come up over the years. And the question was concerning boiling traps and whether that affects the weakness or strength of the trap. And I am not an expert in metal and all of that, but I over the years have heard the argument that as long as that water surrounds the trap when you're boiling them, that everything's fine. Now some say don't get it to just a plain rolling boil, keep your heat somewhat more of a simmer. Quite frankly, mine's gotten away from me, and I've done that and it hasn't really seemed to make a difference. Traps do weaken over time,
and with use, that kind of thing, whether or not that.
And there he is. All right, so we got it set back, sticked off there, and lure's still there, so we don't have to reapply. Hopefully tonight when they come back down. I've been punching holes in this dam by accident, really, just walking across it. The water level's starting to drop, and they'll want to come investigate that anyway, so when they get here, maybe get a smell of that lure and get stuck in the trap.
Let me say too, check your state laws, because here you can have this trap partially out of the water or out of the water on private ground. In Indiana, this would be completely illegal. So make sure you check your regulations on setting big conibears or body traps out of the water, in the water, whatever. So you don't go by this right here for your state. So until you check.
Yeah. There's one thing about catching these big boys. If you can, pull the truck as close as possible. He ain't light.
The landowner.
The truck is up there.
Yeah, the landowner said don't drive back there because it's really wet. You didn't want to rut it up. Well, we're trying to help him out. So it is definitely wet, and we would definitely rut it up. So
let's get him out of here.
Here's the.
All right, we had a couple slides here. Decent sized little lake / pond that feeds over into the river. We're hoping to pick up some otter, maybe some beaver. There's some old beaver sign in here. And we didn't catch neither. We got something else. We don't really have these at home, or we don't have them, put it that way. We got ourselves a big neutral rat. Mississippi rat, suitcased him. Our buddy Lee might want to eat him, I don't know. Put him in a stew or something.
If he doesn't, I bet Big Mike would.
Yeah. There he is.
That's pretty cool, because we've obviously never caught one of those, and we didn't expect to catch one. I was asking Lee if there was any up there, and he goes a little far north for him. So evidently they are here, and they're one of those animals that you don't want to get started. So
yeah, that was the first time for everything.
That's right. Justin had 2 firsts a day: a wild hog in a trap, and a nutria rat.
They are ugly.
We run the tag in with it being frozen.
Yeah.
We're here at the skinning camp. There's today's cat, Charlie's.
What we do on these cats is we don't want to skin them, whatever, and freeze them whole. If you take your knife, just go in the bottom of the eye. Remake on the gray fox set, and this is definitely a better set now than it was before we caught the gray. All right, Lee gets a call this morning from the owner of this place and says, hey, we bush hogged the edge of the road going through our property last night, and realized after the fact that you guys had traps in there, so he really felt bad about possibly running over traps or whatever. And we've had to remake one, but anyways, he just hit the edge right here. I mean, just barely skimmed by, and the trap was fine. And it was more than fine for this cat right here. Of course, at this point it's not, but it was more than fine to catch this cat back here this morning. So yeah, it's definitely pretty cool to catch this. That's why we like coming on these trips. Catch stuff, catch bobcats, and stuff we can't catch at home. So pretty cool.
What do you think, Lee?
I think we got us a coyote here. Good location here. We got a gravel road, got a big food plot back here, and they got a trail here coming out of this pine thicket. It looked good here yesterday. We made our set, so we picked one up.
You remember what bait and lure or anything you were using?
Oh, I had Predator Gravy and Top Dog and a little bit of long distance.
Good combination. Does the job.
All right, we had a coyote here last night in this set, and you see that's why you always want to check your trap before you set it back, because well, she knocked her spring off, and I set it just a minute ago and it wouldn't fire. She bent it, so you always got to you always want to check it before you put it back in the ground. Make sure it's functioning, because if not, it's going to cause you to miss. I believe she's ready now.
All right, we're here on this main road we've been traveling. Had a dirt hole set here on a drag. A lot of this brush and stuff was locked down or rooted down. I couldn't find something to pre-wrap on. I pre-wrapped on this log and it was over here. You can see the scuffle, and he unwrapped himself. Took off this way. Charlie's got a set right here. Had some disturbance. Then this is a first for me. We never ever connected on one in Arkansas, but here in Mississippi we got ourselves a little wild hog here. He's coming after me.
That great box back here in the trap. Pretty cool. It's what, third grade for the day. Coyote, bobcat, and Justin's wild hog.
A new power line coming into this big Bahia grass field. And we got us a gray here last night.
All right, we put a set in here yesterday. We got a big old Mississippi beaver, flat tail. We just basically what we did is had this conibear kind of angled. You got this 90 degree right here. We just kind of cut the corners off. A little bit of beaver gland lure back here on this log I rubbed. Funneled him in. He just came right in first night. Got him. Yeah, it's real simple. It's quick, easy.
Might mention that being down here in the south and being in the water and the sun comes out, a friend of ours told us before we came down here, he traps down here too, and he said, if the turtles are out sunning, you better watch out for the snakes.
Yeah, it's still
pretty
cool enough we don't have to worry about the snakes yet.
Yesterday I was starting to wonder, it got up to about 65 or close to 70. It was like, whoa, this might be snake weather.
Yeah.
Down here you stop at a convenience store or mom and pop store or whatever, and they've got all the pictures on the wall, and most places if it got outdoor pictures it's of a big deer and big whatever. Down here it's pictures of big rattlesnakes. It's like, holy cow.
Yep.
I mean, not just one, half a dozen pictures of different people with snakes.
There's something handy here. I want to show these setters. Bunch of setters on the market. These got a little locking trigger. Once it's locked, you got your hands free. You can see here, all you do is take these setters, the eyes of the spring on each side, pull them together, and it locks like that. You'll feel it. Then you can come down here, hit your safety hook on there, and you can release it.
Those are the bridge or self-locking setters. Of course, we sell them at Hoosier Trapper. But they are handy. They're a little more money, but
and there he is. All right, we got it set back, sticked off there, and lure's still there, so we don't have to reapply. Hopefully tonight when they come back down. I've been punching holes in this dam by accident, really, just walking across it. The water level's starting to drop, and don't want to come investigate that.
Hope you enjoy the episode.
check day 2. We're checking traps. So far it's been kind of quiet. No skunks. One possum, Lee caught that. Other than that, that's about it. We haven't checked that many sets though, so we got a pretty good full morning ahead of us, and then we'll set more traps after that. But check day 2. Weather's nice, kind of cool, 28 degrees. Anyways, see what happens. It's we got a lot of pretty excited about that ground we set up yesterday, a couple thousand acres. Couple things about that. One is typically you do better after the first night, after things kind of settled in. And then we're kind of thinking too, it's like, oh, this place looks almost too good to be true. And I've seen that before, where you set up a place and it's like, it's just awesome or whatever, and it just never materializes. So hopefully that is wrong, and getting ahead of myself. But anyways, see what happens.
All right, this is the set I was talking about the other day. I set up here along the creek. We got 330s set over the bank for the whole, waiting for an otter to come through. And I mean, these are good bobcat locations too. But as I said, when you set these, you got to be prepared to catch the other stuff too. So we caught a coon here this morning. Actually, I'll tell you what, it's a nice looking coon, silver tipped. So we'll take care of him and remake the set. As you can see, he's got this whole area just dug up, and caught him by a back foot, so he's got quite a reach here. So we'll get the set remade and show you the remake after it's done, and get it cleaned up to a point where we can at least get a remake in. So that's what we'll do. All right, here's the remake on that coon set. Looks like a woodland dirt hole. We've got the leaves kind of in there, and he's got it torn up all around here. So got some good visual going for us, along with the for something different. Certainly would work on otter, raccoon, that size animal. Might consider these. This particular trap is not in our catalog because we got it after the printing, but it will be on the website just under traps. So if you would like to purchase one of these and give it a shot, or several of these, they're certainly available by ordering on the phone, or on our website. And we just finished up with check day 2 on the Mississippi line, and we're going to show you check day 3 on the Mississippi line starting right now. All right, got this open area right here, kind of where this intersection meets. Got a gray fox here in the trap. Second location to check today, so check day 3. Off to a pretty good start, so at this point, so see how the rest of the day materializes. But looking good. We'll take him. First gray fox from Mississippi for myself. All right, here's the remake on where we just caught the gray fox. As you can see, things are kind of still disturbed, but as dry as the ground is, it's not bad. So more than workable in terms of doing the set. Went back together really easily, and the disturbance is all the better for the next gray that comes along. Justin had one right here, probably 10, I don't know, 15 yards away, and it had been messed with as well. So, it's possible we could have picked up a double in grays, but it didn't. Things didn't line up for that perfectly. But anyways, here's the remake on the gray fox set, and this is definitely a better set now than it was before we caught the gray. All right, Lee gets a call this morning from the owner of this place and says, hey, we push hogged the edge of the road going through our property last night, and realized after the fact that you guys had traps in there, so he really felt bad about possibly running over traps or whatever. And we've had to remake one, but anyways, he just hit the edge right here. I mean, just barely skimmed by, and the trap was fine. And it was more than fine for this cat right here. Of course, at this point it's not, but it was more than fine to catch this cat back here this morning. So yeah, it's definitely pretty cool to catch this. That's why we like coming on these trips. Catch bobcats and stuff we can't catch at home. So pretty cool.
What do you think, Lee?
I think we got us a coyote here. Good location here. We got a gravel road, got a big food plot back here, and they got a trail here coming out of this pine.
Took off this way. Charlie's got a set right here. Had some disturbance. Then this is a first for me. We never ever connected on one in Arkansas, but here in Mississippi we got ourselves a little wild hog here. He's coming after me. He could almost get out of there. Bridger number 2. But looks like we're having bacon tonight.
What's that, Justin?
Bacon.
You have this, you'll catch them here in Mississippi and Louisiana, you'll catch them in the footholds anywhere from 80, this size about 80 pounds you can hold them.
They'll hold
caught
them.
them before.
Yeah. He's looking for a free meal, and we got a free meal.
Bacon and eggs, and maybe some little wok biscuits.
This is my set. The set that Justin caught the hog in was right across the road. One of the hogs actually visited this set, but they didn't quite commit. So we could have had a double on hogs possibly, but it didn't happen. All right, we come up here, traps out of the bed, and think, oh, caught something. No. And I don't care who you are, this happens to everybody every now and then, not very often. See that rock right there? See that jaw spread right there? That's the serious offset jaw. Unfortunately, it's 2 offsets. So whatever was in here was caught well enough just to pull the trap and pull their foot out of the trap the rest of the way. So beginners ask why you sift dirt over your set. It's to keep those rocks out of there, but sometimes even the animal, if he's pushing from the side, he can push that kind of stuff in there. So if you can keep that stuff out of the area of your set, it's better. Now, it's impossible to eliminate that completely, but if this happens once a year, that's too much. So, anyways, it does happen.
Whoa, it's windy.
Yeah, it's windy.
What we got, Lee?
I got a gray fox here. I caught here at an intersection. It's a wide road, got a pile of old concrete here. Just a good spot for them to be hanging around, looking for rats and stuff.
All right, here's the set right here, and I didn't really have anything to wrap the drag on, so I brought this small pine tree over here and wrapped the drag up. And it, as you can see, got a gray fox back here in the trap.